everyone, I am Arvind Kumar Sharma and welcome back to Pabbly. So I am going to tell you how you can create invoices in your FreshBooks account by using the data in your Airtable account. Now why would you need this automation? Suppose someone is buying something from the online stores and you have been storing that data in Google Sheets or Airtable or different type of spreadsheets. We are using Airtable here in this case. Now what will happen? Whenever that data will be submitted to the Airtable database, an automatic invoice will be created in FreshBooks by using that data. The data can include the first name of the customer, last name of the customer, product which he or she is buying, the money of the product, and also the Gmail and the phone number of the customer. Now what will happen? Airtable and FreshBooks will directly be connected through an integration and automation software service Pabbly Connect, which we are going to use to connect Airtable and FreshBooks together. Now, if you want to learn how to do this automation, you have to come with me to the screen. And we are now on our screen. So what we have to do, we have to go to the address bar and type in pabbly.com/connect, and as soon as you will press enter, you will be redirected to this page here, and here you have two options. Either you can sign in or you can sign up. Now signing in is easy. If you already have an account, just go for sign in. If you want to sign up, you can sign up for free here within 2 minutes, and also we are also giving you 100 free tasks every month so that you can practice the workflows that we are teaching you. So let me just go for sign in because I already have an account here, and after signing in I will just go and click on access now for Pabbly Connect. Now here I have to create a new workflow. So to create a new workflow, I will just click on create workflow. And now what I am doing here, I am connecting Airtable to FreshBooks. Okay. So I am connecting Airtable to FreshBooks. So I'll just create a new workflow with this name. You can name whatever you want to. Now here you can see you have two windows. First one is trigger, second one is action. Now trigger window is the window where an event is happening at the start of the process, and action window is the window where an event is happening at the end of the process or when the final event is happening. Okay. So action trigger is when this is happening. Action means do this. So here what we are going to do? First, we are going to connect Airtable to Pabbly Connect. So the trigger event will be new record. So whenever a new record will be added in the Airtable row, it will automatically take the response. Now here what we are going to do, we are going to connect our Airtable. Now how are you going to connect it? You have to fill in the token here. For token, you have to log into Airtable and get your API key from the account section. So just go to your Airtable. Go to your account section here and just copy the API key. This is the API key. Copy it and paste it here. Now save it. And as soon as you will save it, you will see that your account of Airtable has been connected to Pabbly Connect account. Now what are we going to do? First, I want to see what is my base. So this is the base, Airtable to FreshBooks. So here I am going to select my base as Airtable to FreshBooks, and I do not have any name given to my table. It is still table 1. So it will be table 1 here also. And now it is asking you for the trigger field. Now what is trigger field? Trigger field will be the field which will help you run your trigger from Pabbly Connect. And whenever a new data has been, inserted in Airtable, that response will be captured here in our Pabbly Connect account. And for that, we need a trigger field. So how are you going to take the trigger field, or how are you going to create the trigger field? Look at this here. You have to follow these steps. You have to log into your Airtable account, go to your project table, then click on plus to add new field from drop down menu, create select a field created time. So let me just copy it first here and select your date time format, click on create field button. Okay. Now it is clearly written that if you will not create the trigger field without the field trigger, without this field, trigger will not work properly. Okay. Now we are going to go here, and I have made this Airtable to FreshBooks row here already. This is my name, Arpit Sharma. Sorry, Arpit Sharma, and this should be name, not first name. So let's just name. Okay, so name Arpit Sharma, phone number, product, price, quantity. Now this is where you are going to create the trigger field. So just click on this. Here, just name it trigger field. Find a field type. Just go for created time. You can just copy from here and paste it here. Created time. Click it. Now just go and click on create field. As you can see, trigger field has been created here. When you will go back here, you will see that we do not have anything right now. But as soon as you will refresh it, you can see it has already and automatically taken the trigger field as the trigger field. Okay. So I just named it trigger field. You can name it whatever you want to. It is not necessary that you also name it the trigger field. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as you will click on save and send test request, you will see that we have received this response here. So what you have to do, you have to create a trigger field first. Only then your response will come here. Okay. So this is how you can connect your Airtable and Pabbly Connect. So our first step is complete. Now here what we are going to do, we are going to select another feature by Pabbly, date time formatter. Now why am I doing this? Because you can create a field trigger in your Airtable with any time and date format. But what will happen in FreshBooks, only the time format in year, month and date will be, what should I say, will be allowed in the invoices. So if you want to create invoice, you have to choose the date format as year, month and day. But here you can see our time is this, or I should say our date time is this, and this is all messed up. This is not proper. So we are going to make it proper by choosing current date here. And then we are going to just connect it. And after connecting it, you can see the basic format is year, month and date. I will just go and click on save and send test request. And now this format will be taken in our FreshBooks. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go to a new window and I will select FreshBooks. Now here, I have to create a new client first before creating an invoice, because whenever a new person will be added to the Airtable record, here a new client will be added first and then an invoice will be made. So I will just go for add new connection, connect with FreshBooks. And I have already logged in my FreshBooks account. So it is giving me direct successful login inside my Pabbly Connect account. But when you will connect it, it will ask you for the authorization. So give it the authorization, otherwise it won't be able to connect properly. And also Pabbly Connect does not take any chances with your data. So your data is absolutely safe. You can authorize it. Now here in account ID, I am just going to select my account Pabbly, which I have in my FreshBooks here. This is my account Pabbly. And here I am going to put the email. Now either I can manually put the email or I can just use a technique which is called mapping. And mapping will let me take the data from this window here and it will let me put the data here in this window. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to map in the email from Airtable record, which is arpitsharma@gmail.com. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to map in the first name. So let me just first select the account. Now here what I'm going to do, I am going to map in the email. Now mapping is a technique which will let me take the data from this window here and it will let me put the data here in this window. Okay. Now here I'm going to map in the email. So email is arpitsharma@gmail.com. My first name is Arpit here. Okay, let me tell you, at the start when I made the Airtable, I wrote here name Arpit Sharma, but then I corrected it, and because I already had a last name column here, so I just corrected it and I mapped in the data again. Okay, so you can see here first name is Arpit, now last name is Sharma, and here I have my phone number, so I'll just get my number here. This is my number. I do not want to put any organization name, language, notes, street, address, etc., etc., etc. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to click on save and send test request. And as soon as I will do that, you can see a response is here. And here in FreshBooks, when I will refresh it, you will see a new client will be here waiting for us, which is Arpit Sharma. Okay. And you can see this is Arpit Sharma @gmail.com. That's me. Now what we are going to do, we are going to create an invoice. Now you can see I don't have any invoice for Arpit Sharma here. So what I will do, I will just go here. I will click on plus and then I will just click on, I will just type in FreshBooks again. And then I will just click on create invoice. Okay, so here you can see create invoice and click on connect. Now here I'm not going to add new connection again because I have already connected my FreshBooks a few moments ago. So here you can see account name. Again, the account name would be Pabbly. Now here you can see I have the customer email. But what you have to do is you do not have to put the email here. Instead of that, you have to put an ID which you got from FreshBooks. And from FreshBooks, I mean from this FreshBook create client. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to turn on this map option. Then here, what you are going to do, you are going to go here in FreshBooks. And then here, you have to map in the client ID. So just search for the client ID here. Response result client ID 236720. So you have to map in this ID here so that whenever you are going to put a new user in your, or I should say a new client in your FreshBooks account, an automatic invoice will be created on his or her name. Okay. So this is how you want to map the client ID here. So now what I was telling you, that whenever you are going to map the date here, it should be in the format of year, month and date, because FreshBooks only accept that format in when you are creating an invoice. So we are going to take the date time formatter and we are going to select this date here so that we won't have any problem with the date format in our FreshBooks. And now we'll go down and then we will select the other point here, which is the language required. So it would be English here. Now language, obviously English. So we are just going to type in EN manually. Now new line item, what was our item? So you can see here our item was this product. So line item was the Pabbly Connect quantity. We only have one quantity there. So field quantity is 1. Now we do not want to put any tax here, so we are not doing that. And unit cost was 4,500. So we will just click on 4,500 and click on save and send test request. Now as soon as we will do that, you can see here an automatic invoice has been created through Pabbly Connect. And when we will go back here in invoice, we do not have any invoice here. But as soon as I will click on refresh, you will see and another invoice will be available here by the name Arpit Sharma of $4,500. Okay, not rupees, dollars. I am from India and that is why I always keep on saying rupees. So $4,500 is here and this is my invoice by my name. So this is how it's done. Now let us see one more time. Let's do it for another person. Swati Sharma. Email address is swatisharma@gmail.com. Phone number is again a dummy number 9876546578. Product, this time she is buying Pabbly Form Builder. Price is $3,000. Okay. And now you can see quantity is 1 and an automatic trigger field has been created here at 1:20 p.m. Now I will just save it and go back here in my FreshBooks clients. So when I will go to my clients, you can see, let me just refresh it. Now, as you can see, we do not have our data here. Now, why is that? Let me explain you. Now, Airtable, whenever we are, taking any data from Airtable, we are using a trigger polling. And polling trigger will let us have the data in some time. It can take 5 seconds, it can take 5 minutes. So, it can take few minutes for your data to come here in FreshBooks, but do not panic and do not worry. Your data will come and will absolutely come. So we are just going to wait for a few minutes and we will see that when is our data coming here. Okay. Now, as you can see, I have waited for about 2 minutes. And after 2 minutes, I have my data here by name Swati Sharma. And this is the data which I got from Airtable. And as soon as I will click on invoice, you can see here, Swati Sharma has been added here as an automatic, invoice. So this is how you can connect your Pabbly Connect account. Sorry, I should say this is how you can use your Pabbly Connect account to connect your FreshBooks and to connect your Airtable together, so that whenever a new data will be added to Airtable, a new account or a new client will be created in FreshBooks account, and also a new invoice will be created. Okay. So if you love this workflow and if you want to clone this beautiful workflow from the description box, you can just go and clone this workflow from my description box into your account. But for that, you need to have an account, and to have an account, you need to go and sign up. Signing up is absolutely free, and it will also give you 100 free tasks per month from our side, so that you can practice the workflows that we are teaching you. So what are you waiting for? Go and sign up now. Hasta la vista. So thanks a lot for watching our video. I hope you understood everything. Now, if you want any other events to added in our module, what you can do is you can mail us at admin@pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding this software, you can just ask your queries at this website, at this link. And if you want to check the prices, you can visit here to this link and check the prices of the software. Now, I just want to tell you that automation is a boon for us, and it can change the future. And I will, suggest you to take this as quickly as possible, which will ease your task, save your time, and save you a lot of efforts. Thank you.